Hey guys, with the Rugby Championship 1 week away, I thought what better time than now to leave you guys my 2023 Rugby Championship prediction. Before I do so, definitely click the like button, guys. Subscribe to this channel, and let me know in the comments what your prediction is for this Rugby Championship. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I guess overall we'll just go over the teams first, and I'll give you guys my final prediction at the end. I guess in terms of Argentina, they have a very impressive squad overall. I mean, Michael Checo obviously at the helm. And yeah, he's done very well with Argentina since he's kind of been the head coach there. I mean, last year was like one of the best years I'd say in Argentina rugby, really, because within the Giants Nationals they beat Scotland 2-1. The Rugby Championship, they got some notable wins actually against Australia in Argentina, and they beat the All Blacks in New Zealand, which is pretty impressive. And again, when it went to the All Nations, they even got a pretty good win over England in Twickenham. So that's overall, I think they had some good wins in there. They can definitely be I guess pleased with the results they got from 2022. But again, they'll be looking to kind of carry their on within 2023. And again, I mean, the only thing that's stopping them is maybe a few injuries, maybe a few notable absences. Again, you do have the likes of Marco Scrimo, who is going to be unfortunately out for this Rugby Championship, as he has been suspended. I believe kind of carrying on a red card he's got within club rugby, so it's understandable. So it's unfortunate because Marcos Clemmer is a great player for Argentina. So he'll definitely be a miss in terms of that loose forward pack. But luckily, they have a lot of players to fill in that position, like they have to, or they have what's his name, Rodrigo Bruni as well. So yeah, they have a lot of depth in that section. So I think they'll be fine. But again, if I'm looking at their fixtures, they're pretty. I'd say it's probably one of the. I'm not going to say it's a good fixture run, to be perfectly honest, guys, because they have New Zealand at home first. That's pretty that's in their favor at least. So you'll definitely take that for sure. But then they do have Australia away, and they have South Africa away. So it's definitely not what you want, in all honesty, because in my opinion, I think it's better to play Australia at home and then South Africa at home, because I think that's more. Those are two wins you can probably get more instead of the All Blacks one. But at the same time, the last time Argentina, well, technically when Argentina was at home, because you have to remember this is back when there was the COVID season, they played within Australia, and that counted as their home fixture. And they actually did win. That was the first time they ever beat the All Blacks. So it's one of those where, I mean, I would love it if Argentina beat the All Blacks, but it's going to be a tough. It's going to be tough because New Zealand is obviously coming back from a good Super Rugby season, and a lot of players are stood out there. So yeah, I mean, overall, Argentina have a lot of players who can kind of impact throughout this Rugby Championship. But if I listen to my one-to-watch player for them, I'd probably go with BOFFELLI here. I mean, BOFFELLI is probably the obvious answer overall because he really just dictates the game for Argentina, and I can't think of a player more within international rugby that kind of impacts their side individually alone. Like he's the center of everything which Argentina do in terms of their back line and how they kind of just play out the ball. And again, he's a heck of a boot on him, so he's definitely going to be the one controlling the game in terms of points as well. So he really is the all-around package, guys. And he's someone who can really dictate what happens for Argentina's chances within this Rugby Championship. So yeah, I hope he has a good tournament once again, because he's one of the players I really like within international rugby. And yeah, just really looking forward to see what he can do, of course. But again, moving on then towards Australia. Australia is a very interesting, we're in an interesting time really for the Wallabies setup, because with Eddie Jones now appointed once again as the Wallabies head coach. It's going to be interesting to see how they play really under him. And again, he selected a good squad, I think, overall for this Rugby Championship. Again, there's a few omissions there, like the big ones probably saying, I mean, you could say maybe Falfanga, but I probably wouldn't go with him. But I think Harry Wilson was a big omission because he's had a good Super Rugby season. But overall, he's kind of going with a bit of experience there. Likes of Quade Cooper, Nick White, the likes of, I don't know who else, Reece Hodgson there. So you got some good names who kind of have experience under their belts. But I think overall, it's going to be very, very fascinating to see what they do within this Rugby Championship, because even the opponents don't know how the Wallabies are going to play. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. But I guess in terms of the fixture list, I'd say overall they have a favorable fixture list. Again, it's really only the first game, which is more of a hurdle, which is the Box away in South Africa. So that's definitely going to be a challenge for sure. But besides that, I mean, they have Argentina at home, and they do have the likes of the All Blacks in Australia as well. So it's definitely more in favor of the Wallabies in terms of the fixture list. So that's definitely something that the Wallabies fans would definitely be excited for, because it kind of gives them a bit of a leeway in terms of home advantage 2 out of the 3 times. So then they'll take that. They'll definitely take that. And the thing is that Yeah, I mean, if I had to say one to watch player, I mean, there's actually a lot you can name, by the way, guys, because this is in my eyes, this is like a new squad really under Eddie Jones. But if I had to say one player that I'm really fascinated to see how he does, is actually Will Skelton. And I think Will Skelton, again, I think he has been introduced within the Wallabies in the past, but not really. I don't really think he's been given a go, and I think he will be given a go this time. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, because I think Eddie Jones just can see, and definitely what I can see as well, that he's been outstanding within Europe, by the way, guys. Outstanding. I mean, helping Stan Roche obviously winning the what was it, the Heineken Cup, I believe, or Championship Cup. But again, I mean, he was even kind of well, he didn't win the top 14. They're in the final, but again, he's very instrumental in terms of the whole season. But yeah, he's just he's a great player, and he's arguably one of the best locks you could say within international rugby. So. But again, he just hasn't been given a go in that. You can say he's one of the best locks within club rugby, but hasn't been given the go within international rugby. So it's really just making that kind of jump into the international scene, which I'm very fascinated to see what he can do in that front. But overall, no, I truly believe Australia have a good chance, obviously, in this rugby championship, because the fixtures are definitely in their favors. So yeah, all these fans, you should be pretty happy about that one. But I guess in terms of the the Springboks, we'll go with them next. Again, the Springboks are a very interesting style because they're under, obviously, Haki's name at the moment, and it's going to be fascinating to see who he goes with, really, in terms of the 10 position, because, I mean, I'll go through, actually, I'll wait for a bit, because it's one of those where it's going to be really fascinating to see what actually happens, and I know I keep saying this for each side, but with the Springboks, they obviously have to play the Wallabies at home first, in terms of their fixture list, and then we'll have to play the likes of New Zealand away, and then they're going to play Australia at home. So again, they're another side who actually has 2 home fixtures and only 1 away. But again, their away fixture is in New Zealand, so it's a difficult one because you're facing the All Blacks, and they don't normally lose in New Zealand, by the way, guys. And again, it's always a good battle actually between New Zealand and South Africa, but we haven't won. South Africa haven't beaten the All Blacks in New Zealand since it was 2019. I think that's the last time it's ever happened. It was the year more of the condensed rugby championship, which the Boks eventually won, actually. So again, it's really very fascinating to see what happens here, because the Boks obviously they'll probably go with a 2-string kind of side once more. I think I've seen reports now saying that they'll probably go with 2 teams, really. One that'll be set up for the Wallabies game, one for the New Zealand game. And what it looks like is that I could be wrong with this, but I think Libbok make it a start actually for the Wallabies in terms of that 10 position. But then for the New Zealand game, they'll go with Damian WILLEMSE. And obviously, this is all because Andre Pollard is out for the Rugby Championship, guys. That's a big blow in terms of the Springboks, because he really is instrumental in terms of how they play. The great thing, though, is that they have players like Kanye Wam. And again, he's someone who I believe can definitely make a difference in this side. And I think he maybe chose his captain. But we'll wait to see what happens on that front. But I guess in terms of the one-to-watch player for them, I've gone with Damian WILLEMSE, because I truly believe this is his kind of time to kind of take that level above, take a level up, really, because with 100 Pollard out for this Rugby Championship, he can now kind of showcase that he's a player you can rely on in these big games. And if you're going to use him against the All Blacks, it's a really big test for him. So I do believe he's going to be one player that you kind of look out for this Rugby Championship. So yeah, he's definitely the guy I'm looking out for. But I guess finishing off, the All Blacks. I mean, the All Blacks overall, again, they've chosen a very good side, I think, overall for this Rugby Championship. Ian Foster has done very well in my opinion, actually select a few bolters in there as well. Again, Sean Simpson, technically he's in the squad, but really didn't make it, obviously, through Mark Slayer's injury. But again, I hope he has a chance, though, because, with Mark Slayer out for a bit, he may get an opportunity. So we'll wait and see on that front. But I think overall, it's going to be a good side for the All Blacks. Again, look at their fixture list. They do the likes of Argentina at home first. Away, I mean, and then they have South Africa at home, so it'll be a big, kind of a big advantage for them really in that test. And then obviously they finish off the tournament with facing the Wallabies in Australia. So I'll definitely say the fixtures. Are they in their favor? I mean, I guess they are technically in their favor. It's one of those where I think at the end of the day, you just want to face the Boks at home. I think that's what you really want to do. You don't want to really face the Springboks away, because that's really that becomes a difficult fixture really for the All Blacks. But I do think the All Blacks can beat Australia and Argentina away. I don't think that's really a doubt in my mind. But again, maybe the Australian one could cause a bit of trouble, because with Australia at home, could maybe kind of create a bit of a more competitive game. But we'll see. We'll see what happens on that one. But I guess in terms of the one-to-watch player for the All Blacks, I think I have to go with Damian McKenzie, guys, because McKenzie's one of those players who I think really had a good season overall, I'd say, for the Chiefs. Again, they did miss out on that Super Bowl title at the end of the day. But I do believe what will happen is that Mo'unga will probably be the starting 10 for these games. But I think McKenzie will get an opportunity, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe even utilize him within that Argentina game. But you never know. I mean, he could play 15 at the same time. They may choose to go with McKenzie at 15, guys, and put Richard Mo'unga at 10. You never know. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens on that front, because it really comes down towards those 3 10 dips with Mo'unga, McKenzie, and Beauden Barrett. So yeah, it's going to be really fascinating to see what happens on that front. But overall, I'm really excited for this Rugby Championship, guys. Again, if I had to give my overall prediction for this tournament, I think in 4th place, I sadly probably have to give it towards Argentina. I just don't think we'll get a win in this Rugby Championship, just because the fixtures just aren't in their favor at the end of the day. So I think Argentina are going to be my last. We'll finish in 4th, in my opinion. In 3rd, and this is the tough one, because it really depends on what happens in that New Zealand and South Africa game, as well as the New Zealand Australia game. And those are the 2 games that will kind of dictate what happens within the Rugby Championship. But I do think the All Blacks could get it one over the Box. So I think Australia has a good chance in actually beating the All Blacks. So it's tough. It's tough. But you know what? I'm actually going to say the Box. See, I have to be very unbiased here, guys. But I'm going to say that just the Box or the Wallabies. I don't know. It's Eddie Jones' first time, but then the Box. You know what? I'm going to say the Wallabies will finish 3rd. I just think because we also have to remember that the Box are obviously playing at home against the Wallabies, so I kind of think that gives them the advantage right away in terms of playing at home. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Wallabies in 3rd. And again, I think that's kind of respectable, I guess, for Eddie Jones' first time in terms of the Rugby Championship, or for a long time for him. But I think 3rd is probably what I would say. Now, I guess you go 2nd, obviously. We go with the Box, because again, it'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of that New Zealand South Africa game. But at the end of the day, I think New Zealand may be too strong in terms of having home advantage. Yeah, I'm going to edge it towards I think the Box will probably finish 2nd, and I'll say that the All Blacks will finish 1st. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Again, you do have to remember that, I think, 2019 was the first time ever that the winner of the Rugby Championship went on to win the World Cup, because it's never actually happened before in history. Because all the other times, just say I don't know, you had 2011, for example, Australia won the condensed version that year, but the All Blacks ended up winning the World Cup. But I think in 2015, the Wallabies won the Rugby Championship then, but the All Blacks ended up winning the Rugby World Cup. So I guess I guess from a Box perspective, I'm hoping that this means that maybe you never know. I mean, again, they were the first team actually to win the Rugby Championship and the Rugby World Cup in the first year. So I don't know. Maybe that's the way the Box have it if they want to win. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, guys. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this Rugby Championship. Let me know how excited you guys are, because I'm pretty excited for this Rugby Championship overall. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'll see you guys next time.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill,